Happy Monday. Are you ready for this? What a week we have ahead of us. Okay, oops. There you go. I don't want to block you. I'm just trying to wave good morning. Hi, Anna. Hi, Erin. Good morning, Abby. Hi, Vera. Hello, all my friends. Let's make sure that's not crooked. How are ya? Hi, Janelle. Good morning, Misty. Well, today is April 17th, and it is my 13th wedding anniversary. And I'm celebrating by living here in this house in my own energy. So, congratulations to me. Hi, Ellen. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Hi, Nancy. Oh, my coffee's extra good today. Good morning, Kim. So, I've got my couch in here now. Hi, Cindy. Good morning, Melissa. Got my couch in here now, and the mustard velvet couch is now over in the main room, and things are coming together. I love it. I'm feeling very good here in this space. So, feeling confirmed. Hi, Yvonne. Good morning, Becky. Okay, so let's check in first before we dive into all the energy stuff because we sure do have quite a week ahead of us. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But check in with your energy, scale of 1 to 10. How are we feeling today? How's your energy feeling? And let's kind of define the scale a little bit. So it's 1 through 10, right? And 10 is feeling the best for you, like feeling really good for you. Do you know what I mean? Like good in yourself. And 1 just kind of like not really feeling aligned, you know? Hi, Christine. Okay, so we got a 7, we got a 7, we've got an 8. Look at me already shuffling. We got a 6.5, 7, 6-ish. Okay. 9, get it, Rosa. Good morning, 9 stars. Nicole was a 5 over the weekend and is an 8 now. Valerie's at a 6. Denise is an 8. Got a 9 for Jen. Loving it. Good morning, other Jen. We have a lot of Jens this morning. We're just checking in with numbers. How you feeling 1 through 10? Good morning, Jacinda. Jacinda's a 7. Got a lot of 7s too. Becky's also a 7. Melissa's a 7. Okay. Lots of 7s this morning. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. So, cool. Glad you're here. 9 a.m. is going to be the new time for Coffee and Magic on Mondays because I have to take my kids to school now, like in my car. So it's a little bit of rushing, you know. Good morning, Amber. Just checking in with numbers. How you feeling 1 through 10? So today's the 17th. In 2 days is the new moon in Aries. Okay, so you want to talk about some energy this week. Let's just talk about it for a second. So we are kicking off the primordial fire energy with Aries season, right? We have that new moon. We also have a total solar eclipse, right? Solar eclipse happened with the new moons. The lunar eclipse happened with the full moons. So this new moon is in Aries, and it's very awakening energy. It's very fiery, again, primordial spark. Like think about Aries as that inception fire that gets everything going, right? The catalyst fire, so to speak. So some of you might be feeling as we move into this week like, ooh, I got to do some things. I got to make some things pop off. And maybe you do. And very awesome if so, if you feel that. But don't push yourself, okay? You're all also like there's collective energy, there's the astrological energy, and then there's you deciding where you're fitting and what feels right for you, right? So always listen to your signature flow through all of this, but collectively it's a big one. Okay. So what's going to happen is at the same time as we kick into full fiery gear with Aries season and this new moon, Mercury is also retrograding. And while some of you may know I have some um, issues, fundamental issues with Mercury retrograde, generally speaking, because it doesn't actually retrograde. It's one of those things where, much like Santa Claus, if everybody believes it, it's true for some people, very much so. Do you know what I mean? So we can't ignore Mercury retrograde. It is an energy, and it is not the same energy as Aries season, right? So we're going to have this like go, 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 let's do this energy at the same time as we're having a move slower, pause, consider, maybe don't sign a contract type of energy coming as well. What do you do with that? It's going to be feel very like push and pull if you're putting stress on yourself. But if you're loosening up and not locking those knees, I think you'll be able to find your own signature flow in the strangeness of that energy. Does that make sense? So we're starting with that, and Mercury it will be retrograding throughout the entire eclipse season, and we close off eclipse season on May 5th with the lunar eclipse, and that is going to be a full moon in Scorpio. So think about that for a second. Think about the story that is occurring when you have a new moon in Aries closed off by a full moon in Scorpio. We're going to have birth and we're going to have death. Okay. Take that however you want to, but it's going to be your story. Something very new, and then reckoning with the skeletons in your closet, with the dead energy you're not letting go of, with a internal situation that needs to be seen a little more deeply. I don't know, but it's going to be wild, and I'm excited to be walking through it with you. So for those of you who are going to be in the workshop starting on Wednesday, it's going to be a good time for us to kind of walk slowly through that together, and like with energy, a lot of the times until I'm smack dab in it with it in my face, like there are a lot of things that come through and we'll be able to share that together. So it'll be great. But I'm excited for this eclipse season. I think, are you too? Are you excited? Are you excited for it? So, anyhow, that's what's happening this week. It's no big deal. And it's going to really kick off the summer. You know, I'm here for it. All right. Well, let's get to the cards. Okay. Um, Let me think about what I want to do for cards this morning because I had a couple thoughts. Part of me is just really feeling the birds of prey again. Is that okay with you if we do that again? I'm just really feeling that. Birds of prey. Okay. We're going to do birds of prey. So the first one is going to be bald eagle. The second one is going to be a conure. Let me look that up. Why does this always happen during Coffee and Magic? I got to look up stuff. Conure. Bird? Or the bird of prey. It's not a bird of prey. The hell? Whatever. Okay. So but this is what it's like a pretty parrot. It's a parrot. It's not a bird of prey. But that's what wants to come through this morning. So anyway, we've got bald eagle, conure. Okay. And the third one is an egret. Let's see what that looks like. Well, that's pretty. Okay. So totally lied. Only one bird of prey. We've got bald eagle, a conure, and an egret. Okay. So If you need to do a little Googling to see what those look like, do your thing. Otherwise, I intended, but that's not what is going to happen. So, bald eagle, conure, and egret. Now I'm shuffling. Guys, if those of you who live near me or near Trader Joe's, if you haven't had the coffee, I think it's called like Moon Mountain. I splurged and got one of the fancy bags, but it's a Moon Mountain, I think. It's at Trader Joe's. Oh my God, delicious. Mm, it's really good. Oh my God, yes. Sorry, Janelle. And will you send me the previous one? I keep forgetting about my intentions, but do this one and then send me the previous one too. And then from now on, I'm going to do it. Thank you. So, eagle, bald eagle, conure, or egret. Yeah, I think it was called Moon Mountain. It might not be Moon Mountain, but it's like a moon and some sort of elevation. It's something like that. If I remember, I'll snap a pic for you, but it's like stupid good. It has like actual notes of chocolate in it. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it has actual notes of dark chocolate. Sometimes the coffee says it has dark chocolate notes, but this is like, I don't know. I'm having a moment with this coffee today. And it's bigger than I usually have. Look how big. I'm going to be very hyper. Okay. Anyway, I need to focus because I got a 10 o'clock session. Although you're here, right? So you will see that if I'm running late, you know why. Um, okay. So we're gonna get going. Here are your choices. Again, you have a bald eagle, choosing from a bald eagle, a conure, or an egret. Choose from one of those birds that are appealing to you today. That's how you're going to get your answer or your message from this morning's Coffee and Magic. I'm shuffling for bald eagle, and pop it in the comments what you chose so that I know because I'm interested. All right, my bald eagle friends, let me know when you're ready. Oh my God, I'm not looking at YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. Ready? The choices are bald eagle, conure, and egret. And here we go. This is your bald eagle. Okay. Dog, owl, merlin. Dog, owl, merlin. This is your bald eagle situation for this morning. Okay. So, okay, my eagle friends, let's talk about it. So, this is kind of a follow up from another time about this dog situation. So, you've been addressing the self-worth and self-love. Okay? You've been addressing it. I don't want to say you've been working on it because I just don't like that terminology and I'm trying to change my words to not be that way. You're not working on it. You've been addressing. You've been putting energy into this, which is loving yourself. Okay? And loving yourself meaning that you no longer want to be wired to require outside validation of self in order to be okay. That's really what the dog is about today. Let me say that again. You no longer wish to require outside validation of self to be okay. Where you're at in that process is not for anyone else to judge, period. But just understanding that that's where you what you want. That's the point, is to be able to validate yourself and be okay and not require anything outside to do that for you. So you've been addressing this, right? This isn't new. You've been addressing this, you've been feeling into this, you've been experimenting with it. You're probably ebbing and flowing with it as far as like really kicking ass and then like not at all, like, and that's okay. The owl is here because, as per usual, because life, right? As you've been so studiously focusing your energy on not requiring outside validation, wouldn't you fucking know it that like something happens or someone comes along that is just like has their sticky little fingers on all of your triggers, right? And just pushing all those little triggers and saying, well, here's why you shouldn't be able to validate yourself. And here's a drama for you to get into that why, right? The owl is here because it's asking you to take a beat and look at things from a more not critical so much as full perspective. Remember, an owl can see at night and has the ability to see more of a 360 view, right? Can see more in the dark. So, see more in the dark because here's the thing, you are very good at discernment, it turns out, right? I mean, maybe you don't know that, but you are. You actually have that ability. Do you trust it? Maybe not, but it's starting to reveal itself, right? How many times have you been wrong, right? When your like gut and intuition said, that's a no. And you were like, that won't listen to me. And then you were like, oh no, I was right. Probably every time, I'm going to guess. So just remember, your inner Merlin is here to help guide the keen eyesight of your owl to see things in a more 360 view. So you can see those little sticky fingers coming for your triggers and be like, don't come for my triggers. I am focusing on my dog stuff. Okay? So that is your bald eagle this morning. Did it make sense? Did I explain that enough? I feel like I went on a ride. I went on a journey. Hello, hello, hello. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's Coffee and Magic, and you have two other birds to choose from if you missed the bald eagle. You've got Conure, which is a really cute parrot, and you've got an egret, which is elegant and white and a water bird. Misty says, is the coffee Mountains of the Moon from Trader Joe's? Yes, it's Mountains of the Moon from Trader Joe's. Thank you. Walk, don't run, guys. Like, oh my God. Now their normal like cup of Joe, Trader Joe coffee that's $4.99 is wonderful. But sometimes, it's a special occasion and you want to pay double that amount for coffee. So it is what it is, right? All right. Next up is going to be your conure. You ready? Well, I mean, I'm not ready yet, but you get ready and then we'll be ready together. This is your conure. Can I just say, like, so I moved into a house that was built in like 1960, I think. Why did they put the windows like this? Like, what was the thought of putting windows like up high, but then not allowing them to come down low? Do you know what I mean? I cannot see through this window. It's letting light in. Like, were people very concerned about privacy in the 60s? Was that, or is this just a aesthetic thing? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, guys. Aside from that, it's fine, but it's just curious. This is a style choice. All right, here comes your conure. I'm not below ground level. I am, at normal grade, just in a front room in my house. No, no, this is just a room. It's just a room, like normal room. Yeah. It's like one of those 1950s ranchers, you know what I mean? Which I think is adorable. But all right, listen, we're gonna let's focus me for a second. This is your conure, and remember, it's like a really adorable, cute, sunny parrot. Way to get a load of what this parrot has to say. Oh, look, it's the death card again. Can't seem to get away from that. We are moving into eclipse season with a Scorpio finale, so all right. Forgiveness. Ooh, have you missed this one? Have you missed this one? Christine, all my windows are witches' windows. And it's a hawk. Whoa. Okay, so we're getting our birds of prey. Have you noticed that? Even though I kind of messed up with the birds of prey. We've already gotten an owl, and now we have our hawk. So we we got this. All right, so this is your conure message. You've got death, forgiveness, and hawk. Yeah, Beth says it's a spicy parrot, and it really is. And so here's the deal. This is another loop back to a message you've probably gotten many times before. Is this about a relationship? Probably, right? Probably. I don't know, but chances are, but you know this. Forgiving other people is lovely. Forgiving yourself is non-negotiable. Thoughts? Because here's the thing. Forgiving somebody for being kind of shitty to you or for their part in hurting you or for whatever may feel like a really kind, magnanimous thing to do. But if you do that and simultaneously take all of that ick feeling and hold it against yourself and never forgive yourself for not being smart enough not to have gotten involved, for not realizing or seeing the signs and leaving earlier, or like whatever else you say to yourself to be extra mean, that forgiveness towards that other person that you so generously gave, what is that doing? Because it feels like in that scenario, it would be you saying, people can treat me however they want to treat me, and they won't have to deal with the consequences of it. I'll take all of it. I'll hold all of the responsibility. I'll punish myself. I'll pause there for a second. Is that hitting for anybody? Because it feels like, you know, feels like a sip of coffee. So, with that being said, forgiveness towards yourself is actually a lot more important at this time. Okay? Because whatever it is, it's done. Like it's so done. And holding on to dead energy sucks the life out of you. Okay? Holding on to dead energy sucks the life out of you. And if you have done this process a lot in your life where people have been super unkind to you and have treated you, they've wronged you, and instead of holding them accountable, you punish yourself. You have a lot of energy within your body even that really needs to go, needs to be released, needs to find a new home, you know what I'm saying? And this eclipse season is going to be a wonderful time to release it. The hawk is here for dual purpose. The first purpose is to affirm whatever sign you were looking for, because for some of you, a hawk is what you were looking for. So here it is. And secondly, to help clear the air, to help clear all of the stinky energy that is going to be released as you release. It's here to help clear. So harness that energy, harness hawk energy as you tap in to the incredible power of self forgiveness. You're not going to get an award at the end of this journey for being the person who allowed the most people to take advantage of you and be unkind to you. You're not going to get an award for that. Not going to happen. This is not the time for that energy anymore. In the past, it probably served you. It's not going to serve you anymore because it's going to constantly feel like you're chafing against your own authenticity as opposed to finding safety within that mechanism. Okay. So letting it go completely because it's really, really gone. Self forgiveness and the hawk energy is here to affirm and clear. Okay. That parrot, huh? That parrot. All right. Let me give these an extra good shuffle before we get to the egret. Are you guys okay? Everybody's quiet. Hi, Rebecca. Okay. I love my new digs. Thank you, Lisa. I love it here. You don't know, like, I mean, maybe you do, but like, you know how you intellectually understand that you're living in an energy that is actively being detrimental to you and is like kind of like breathing oil slick every day. Like I knew that, but I just wasn't prepared for how different it would feel to not be in that space anymore and how it would just make everything so much easier. Like everything is a lot easier because I don't feel like I'm constantly treading water just to get a breath and then having to do everything on top of that. I'm still exhausted, but I can feel my energy actually replenishing and not immediately draining out, if that makes sense. Plus, I just like it here. It's all mine, like I'm making all the choices. Everything is velvet and faux fur and plants, and my plants are not dying here. So all of them are just being real planty. Real planty. So, all right, egret. What you got? Jesus Christ. All right. Well, it is Monday, It is Monday as we begin eclipse season and everything. So we should have expected some messages. Tell me when you're ready. This is your egret. So here's your hawk again. What'd I tell you? The birds of prey in every single pull. Loving it. So here's your hawk again. Communication. Disruption. I'm ready for the message and the massage. Oh, holy hell, me too. Me too. Are you ready for this one? Okay, it's fine. So we'll put Hawk here for a second. And we're gonna look at communication and disruption first. Okay. Well, these two love holding hands, don't they? They don't have to, though. Let's talk about it. Does the disruption card? I'm gonna just ask you a question first, so like get ready to answer it. Does the disruption card, does it make you feel panicked or uncomfortable or a little anxiety? Like how does it, when this comes up, how does it feel for you? What's the emotion? What's the energy that you feel when I'm like disruption? Emily says panic, anxious, sigh with anticipation, apprehension, anxiety. And for some of us, growth. There's been a lot of disruption, so hopefully it's just confirming. Okay, curious, I can handle it. All right. So we've got a mixed bag, but here's the thing. Disruption comes before alignment, right? What is disruption? Disruption is just a break in the current pattern, right? It's something that comes through and changes flow. You need flow to be changed if you don't love how things are currently. If you love how things are currently and a disruption occurs, you're more likely to resist whatever that flow change is, right? Because you can't imagine, you can't conceptualize that whatever could be trying to get in here would be more acceptable to you than what currently is that you said you wanted and it feels good. This is going to be a perception game for you. And this is your own personal perception game. It's your choices, right? What do you want? How do you want to live this life, right? Do you want to be the person who believes in magic and fairies, or do you want to be the person who's constantly like, I need empirical evidence and none of this exists? Both are real and fine, but you have to decide how you live your life through what tinted glasses you experience the world. You have decided, since you're here looking at me this morning, you've decided that you want more magic. You want to trust the flow of energy. You want something to surprise you in an amazing way. You want to be happy. You want to make choices that benefit you, right? You want to heal people pleasing behaviors. You want to open up new opportunities for yourself and not feel so tight and closed in and anxious about everything. So let the disruptions disrupt because they're literally coming through to give you exactly what you've been asking for. And they don't have the ability to get frustrated with you. So I'll do that on their behalf. Every time you ask for a change and then a disruption comes and you say, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening." Literally, what the fuck, guys, right? Like, you're literally saying, "I don't like the way things are. I wish this would change." And something comes in to change it, and you're like, "Oh, what did you think was going to happen? A dove was gonna come through with a little package and there's a button inside and you press it and things gently change with no issues for anybody and every party's happy and you didn't have to do any like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, at this point, right? What did you think? I don't know. I don't know what you thought. You tell me. But I'm gonna tell you right now, since disruption can't, stop that. If you don't want things to change, stop asking for things to change. If you want everything to stay the same, all you have to do is keep cycling through your same behaviors and they will. And if you secretly enjoy complaining about how things never change, then just say that's what I like doing and live authentically in that truth. Okay? I mean, who cares? I don't. If that's what makes you happy, if literally complaining about how things never go your way and how hard everything is your kink, we don't kink shame here. But like, be honest at least, right? So anyway, okay. So then you got the communication. And I was going in a different direction with this communication, but I've derailed my own self because this is a really important one. And we're going to talk. This is everybody should listen to this for a second because we are going into the Mercury retrograde where communication can get wonky. But here's the thing, when isn't communication wonky? Like, isn't it always kind of a mixed bag, and doesn't it always have the possibility of being wildly misunderstood? What do you think the reason for that is? Why is it so hard for people to understand each other? Could it be because we are real shit at communicating our actual authentic feelings because we spend 90% of our lives or more pretending to be someone that we're really not, with likes and dislikes that aren't in alignment with us at all, right? So then when someone says, "How do you really feel?" We're like, I don't know. I don't know how I really feel because I spend way too much time pretending I don't feel that way. And now you're asking me, and I'm going to panic because if I tell you, you're going to be like, "Who the fuck are you?" That's not the person I thought I knew, you know? I feel like I'm yelling at you guys this morning, but it's like me too. So, like, you know that. Anyhow, so communication's always wonky when you're trying to communicate authenticity, but you're not living it. So, communication is going to be on deck always, forever, no matter what the energy is, because part of like one of the main like facets of being a human person and being in relation with other human people is heavily relying on the ability to communicate with those other people, right? And the quality of that communication will dictate the quality of your relationships. And have you ever had that experience where like you finally say the true thing to a person and you're so scared because of all of the things we just described, and you finally do it and it turns out like, oh, we're actually going to get somewhere now. We actually understand each other a little bit, right? That's what we're looking for. That's good, to understand each other a little bit. And the only way to understand each other a little bit is to do the talking. Okay. And here's the hot tip for you guys for the communication: preface your communication by explaining how shit you are at it and how scared you are about it. Be honest. For example, if we're in a relationship and I need to have a conversation with you about something that's very uncomfortable for me, that historically has always blown my face, instead of going in it blind and not telling you that's how I'm feeling, I'm going to say, "Hey, I need to talk to you about a couple of things, and I'm super nervous about it. I'm going to bumble my words. I actually have a note card with points because I forget things when I get emotional. I might cry, but I just want you to know I want to express this to you because it's important to me, and I think it would be important to our relationship. So like hang in there with me, and like, let's do this together." Say it. Just there doesn't have to be all this mystery and intrigue about everything. Just say it. Like, "I'm being a hot mess right now and it's uncomfortable. So can you hang with me and do this?" Right? Talk to each other. Don't let that whole thing about Mercury retrograde and communication prevent you from talking to people, unless you're not in a people mood, and that's a different thing. But there are things you need to communicate. Just use your words and say, "I think that maybe you misunderstood me. Can I try it again?" And if somebody says something ridiculous to you, instead of just immediately being upset about it or getting hurt or whatever it is, what if you just looked at them and said, "What I heard is XYZ. Is that what you intended to say to me?" Confirm it. And if they double down, then get mad, right? So anyway, that's your egret message for this morning. And the hawk is simply here again because wanted to be, and this is your sign. for whatever it was you were asking. Are you guys really like feeling hawk energy right now and asking to see hawks and stuff? Well, here's your morning hawk. Okay. So anyhow, that's your coffee and magic today. Wow. That was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff this morning. Did that hit for my egret friends? Cool. All right. Very nice. So I hope you have a good Monday. I'll see some of you on Wednesday night. I can't wait. And I'll see the rest of you 10 a.m. on Friday. And what day is Friday? 18th, 19th, 20th, 20th. Is Friday the 22nd or the 21st? Can someone tell me? I don't know. I can't even math with my brain right now. But regardless, I'll see you Friday on that day, and we'll really be in this energy. And so we'll talk about it more. And again, it's the 21st. Great. So we'll talk about it more and again. But just remember, don't lock your knees. And if you asked for things to change, stop being so whack to your disruptions. Imagine the shift if when a disruption occurred, you said, it's happening. Everything I asked for is coming for me. Imagine. And listen, we'll talk more about this another day, but I've been doing this. Like, it's been a real, like, wild fucking 4 years, 5 years of my life. But, like, I started doing all of these things and it's working. Like, I'm living in it. And so I know when I'm telling you this, I'm not giving you bullshit because I'm doing it myself right now. It works. Okay. It works. So I love you. See some of you Wednesday. I'll see the rest of you on Friday. Thank you for being here and sending your delicious energy my way. I hope you go try that coffee. It was really good. And it would really help me if you share and like my stuff. So, like, share my videos. That helps me on the interwebs. Love you. Bye. Mwah. Goodbye.